At 72, Guy Penrod is finally opening up in deeper, more heartfelt ways about the real story behind his departure from the Gaither Vocal Band, a decision that, years later, still echoes in the minds of countless fans who cherished his rich, soulful voice and spiritual warmth. For over 14 years, Guy Penrod stood at the forefront of Southern gospel music as the lead singer of one of the most beloved gospel groups in American history. His flowing hair, powerful vocals, and down-to-earth personality made him a favorite not only within the Gaither homecoming family but across the entire gospel music community. But even during those years of seemingly perfect harmony, Guy was quietly feeling a shift in his spirit, one that pointed toward a different path, a more personal mission rooted in faith, family, and a broader calling. Guy has repeatedly stated in recent years that his decision to leave wasn't driven by conflict, fatigue, or fame. In fact, he still holds tremendous respect and love for Bill Gaither and the entire team, often crediting them with shaping his musical journey and spiritual leadership. His exit was not abrupt or dramatic, it was prayerful, thoughtful, and done with integrity. Guy knew that in order to fully embrace the next chapter of his life, he needed the freedom to follow a vision that had been growing within him, a vision to connect with people beyond the traditional gospel audience, through a solo ministry built on personal testimony, relatable music, and honest worship. After leaving the Gaither Vocal Band in 2009, Guy didn't retire or disappear, he re-emerged as a solo artist with renewed purpose. His first major solo album, Breathe Deep, marked a turning point in his career. It blended gospel roots with country influence, storytelling, and songs that reflected the real-life issues people face, family struggles, spiritual doubts, the need for hope, and the simple joy of faith. The album was a success, not only in sales but in its emotional impact. It confirmed that Guy's voice wasn't just popular, it was anointed. Over the next decade, he released several more albums, including Worship, Hymns, and Blessed Assurance, continuing to tour and minister in churches, conferences, and faith-based gatherings around the country and abroad. In his recent reflections, Guy has explained that what mattered most to him was being true to the calling God placed on his heart. He wanted to be more available to his family, especially his wife Angie and their 8 children, and more intentional about sharing the gospel in a personal, approachable way. His concerts became more than just musical performances, they became worship experiences filled with prayer, testimony, and encouragement. People didn't just leave entertained, they left uplifted and often spiritually renewed. Even now, well into his 70s, Guy Penrod's energy, faith, and sense of mission haven't faded. If anything, they've deepened. He continues to speak openly about the importance of living with integrity, following God's voice even when it means stepping into the unknown, and using one's gifts to glorify the Lord. He never regrets leaving the Gaither Vocal Band, not because he didn't love it, but because he knew God was calling him into something else. And he trusted that call. In many ways, Guy Penrod's story is a powerful reminder that success isn't always measured by staying in the spotlight. Sometimes, it's about walking away from comfort to pursue a higher purpose. His journey, from Gaither favorite to independent worship leader, reflects a man who has always let faith lead the way. And through it all, his voice continues to carry not just music, but a message, one of hope, peace, and the timeless love of God.